respected members. Today being the study circle day, we have here with us CA Manasa, and it's my opportunity today to welcome her on behalf of the Bangalore branch of SARC of ICI. I request Sangeeta Madam to please escort her with a floral bouquet as a token of appreciation, and also please welcome her with a big applause. First we will present the bouquet as a token of appreciation on behalf of Bangalore branch, and also I request the memento also to be presented to her from Sangeeta Madam. Thank you, Sangeeta Madam. It's today my opportunity to please. I just like to introduce her with these. Girish, light. I cannot see. Very tiny light. Okay. Today's speaker, CA Manasa, she has got a very, a great value of educational credentials. I would like to read out like this. She has studied ICSE syllabuses in the School of Vivekananda in the 10th grade in the year March 2008. After that, in the Mount Carmel College Department of Pre-University, she has completed in the year 2010. After that, Mount Carmel College, that is autonomous affiliated to Bangalore University, she has completed that time BCom, and it was March 2013. After that, she qualified as a CA in the year 2016. She has judged event in the best manager in the splendid 2017 at Mount Carmel College. Similarly, for the best accountant in the year 2016, and she was a treasurer of Mount Carmel College Students' Government Body in the year 2011 and 12. And she was a member of Academic Council in the year 2012 and 13, secured the third rank in the BCom in the year 2013. And she had a lot of awards winning, like the K.T. Kalaya Prize for the Best Student Institute by Sitama Subaya. Also in the year, the year is not given, she has won that Value Golden Jubilee Prize for securing highest marks in the cost accounting, and Venkatapati Golden Jubilee Prize, she won that because of securing 100 marks in the accountancy. That is in the year 2009 and 10. The first prize also she secured for securing 100 marks in the statistics in the second year of the pre-university exams in the year 2009 and 10. Her experience is, she is a practicing chartered accountant from 2016 with Manasa Jagadeesh and Associates. She is a felicitator for the orientation programs for the CA students at ICI Bangalore branch. Over 50 batches she has taken up so far, and she is a trainer for the professional personality development and conversation skills, office procedures, interview preparations and related workshops, and the tutors for the students in the commerce and chartered accountants related to subjects like accountancy, finance, management, cost accounting, taxation, marketing, HR and law. With this introduction, I request Madam Manasa to take up today's special subject to share with you all of us. Thank you very much.
Before we begin, can we have pairs of two? Can you partner with anyone, your neighbor or anyone? I need two people in a team. Yes? Two? Ma'am, for you? Are we in even numbers or Anyone is missing out? 2 here, 2 here. Yes, 2. So you can join ma'am. I need someone to join ma'am. I think you should take this as an opportunity. So you can join ma'am. I think they both can. Yes? So what I want each one of you to do is, I want you to sit back to back. So you have to turn your chairs. I'm sorry I'm giving you a lot of problems, but back to back. In a sense, back, the other person is at your back, You can just turn your chairs around and be seated like that. Yes. So since there are a lot of people there, I think 2 of you or someone can come. That's okay. Ma'am and sir can come here. I'm really sorry. Yes, done? So all of you sitting back to back? Okay, so you have notepads. Now amongst both of you, one of you should decide who is going to be the narrator or who is going to speak and who is a better artist. So decide amongst your partners. First introduce yourself to each other, get to know each other, and I want one of you to be an artist. So you have to draw something for us, something very simple, and the other person is going to narrate who is good at speaking. You think you are good at speaking. How? Okay, the person who decides to draw or to be an artist has to have a notepad and a pen. Okay? Decided? So where are my dear artists? Please raise your hands. Okay, artist number 1, artist number 2, 3. Here, sir? Who's the artist? Artist? Yes, thank you, sir. Sir, there? Amongst both of you, who's an artist? Service. Okay. Here, yes. They're done. Done. Ma'am here. Still confusion? Please decide. Who's the artist? Who's going to draw? Ma'am is going to draw. Okay. Here. Sir is going to draw. Great. So, okay, no cheating. Okay, ground rules. No cheating. Okay, it's a fun game. So, what I want each of the narrator to do is, I am going to hand over a picture to you guys. Okay? I am going to hand over a picture. Now, you're not supposed to tell them or show them the picture, okay? Only with words, you have to tell them what to draw. You're not supposed to show the picture to your partner. Got it? Yes, you can use only words or sentences. Got it? In case the other person has a doubt, you can always ask them. Okay? Simple, but no cheating. Okay? So, who's the artist here? Sir is. And who's the artist here? There. So can we have you both sit there, because he can see the picture there.
It's the same picture, is it?
Then who's the artist?
Yeah.
Who's the artist in that thing?
Very clear.
Service. And here? Ah, that is mine then. Sir does not have a partner now. Sir, your partner Akira?
Yes, sir.
Sir, please.
So, Gadi, you have your partner?
So you can also shift here, sir, this side.
But unfortunately,
That's such a nice like that.
Ankita, not Ankita.
Clear, no? Ground rules? Not very difficult, simple. Done? Okay, I'll give you exactly 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes to draw this picture. When you're done, please raise your hand. Okay? You're not supposed to show the picture, no cheating, no glancing. Artists will only see down and only draw, not lift their heads up also. The other person is going to tell them what to draw, what is there in this piece of paper. Clear? You can respond yes or no. Yes, no. Thank you. Yes, you can describe it, you can tell, but you cannot show the picture. And the artist, make sure that your head is down. Okay, you're not seeing left, right, center, nowhere. Got it? And my 2 judges for this event will be sir and sir. So they'll be having to watch over you guys. So for each narrator, then don't show it to the other person. Who's the narrator? Please raise your hand. for a minute. It's going to be an exercise, so please keep raising your hands. 1, 2, 3. And make sure your neighbors also sitting very close, so don't show them the picture.
You can write like that. Sir, you can write like that. Narrator.
Artist, who's the artist? Ma'am, the artist. Narrator? Sir, keep an eye on them, okay? Please, sir. Keep an eye on them. Make sure that they don't see you. Yeah, there are no sheets here.
There is a circle.
Done? All of you have got? Okay? 1 minute. Start. Okay? 3 minutes for your task. Once you're done, you're going to raise your hands. So, and your time starts now. Not showing the picture. And you have to be seated back to back itself, not turning itself.
I think the circle. They put
That completed his list. Come on.
Can you check?
Thank you, sir. So which to consider, sir? Yes, sir. Done? Where are my artists? Done, given, right? Then?
This is in order.
Wow, who's this? Okay, now you can be seated normally. Please face me.
Now we can.
Yes, sir, please. Who has not given? Please don't feel embarrassed to give. It's okay. Come on, get up. Now you can share the picture with your respective partners. Please show the picture to them. So please come over. You please take which is the nearest picture and decide who will be.
All the pictures are there.
For the 5 of you who came, it's okay. I'll tell you what happened after this. Yes? Now you tell me, for artists, you tell me your experience. After seeing the picture, what was your reaction? Really, Adi, we were only drawing this. That was your first reaction, right? Yes? Yes or no? And if you each of you come and inspect here, not one picture is the same. Not one picture is the same. But what was the picture? You can check with your other friends also. It's the same picture I've given to all. It's the same. Correct? Yet, each of you have drawn it differently. Why is that?
We communicated.
Sir, you're very right. You communicated differently, okay? Then
We received different.
We received differently.
the other person understood it differently, right? Perception and interpretation both were different, very right, ma'am. Then, was it easy to describe the picture? And for the person who was hearing it, was listening, how did you guys feel? Was it easy to imagine and draw? Easier? All the artists. Great. Sorry?
Within 3 minutes.
Within 3 minutes it's difficult, okay? Then, for the people who are describing it, was it easy? It wasn't. Okay. So, when I decided?
These two are nearby.
These two are nearby.
This is very small.
Very small, okay?
This is
Okay.
almost
Almost right. Okay.
This is 1, 2 sides.
Okay. This is also almost right.
This is because this side arrows.
Okay.
Is most important outside. No?
Done. Done. So you can, I want to announce the winners. I'll keep it aside. You can come and have a look at it later in the break.
Arrow is not there.
Yeah, correct. Arrow is there. Arrow is
Arrow is
there.
there. One
You're
more.
right. And all the other masterpieces also you can have a look at it later. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you so much. Now, for those of my friends who came in a little late because of various reasons, that's okay. I'd given a picture and I'd asked people to pair up. One person had to describe the picture, the other person had to draw it. Okay? This was the exercise we did. Now, as like all other your dear friends and my dear friends were mentioning, it's not very easy to communicate. Neither is it very easy to listen also. Both of them take a lot of effort. Yes? If I were to give you the same picture and if I were to ask you, please copy paste, each one of you would have done very perfectly. Yes or no? So, by visual means, you're able to draw out information faster. Correct? Right? But when we hear, our interpretation changes. We have a lot of interpretations to the same situation. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct? These are some of the major challenges when we communicate or when we present. Yes? The thought process in which it runs, in which flow we try to communicate, but maybe the other person is not reciprocating in the same way. Yes? Now you tell me some of the means or some of the ways in which this hiccup can be reduced. Or rather, this transition is there, right? From the sender or the message sender to the receiver, correct? When there's a minimize this or how can we reduce this?
By resorting to visuals.
By resorting to visuals more, wonderful, okay.
By understanding the concept.
By understanding the concept more, okay. Then
Like making it visualize like body language and stuff like that. We are not facing each other.
you are not facing each other, so body language also. Otherwise, you could have told big circle, not small circle, arrow, across. Yes, and one of my friend here has actually written all the instructions in that circle and given it to me. Yeah? Okay. Then what are the other names?
You have to understand the target audience.
Very good. We have to understand the target audience. Okay. Then
The confirmation.
very good. Confirmation of facts. Yes. When I am trying to express something, some idea, some concept to you, it's always better when you are the communicator, when you are the presenter, to ask questions. Whether your receiver or the person in front of you is understanding at the same level, is understanding in the same sense. Correct? Yes? Now it might seem this is just a fun activity that we did. Imagine when board meetings are going on, or probably when you're having a meeting with your clients or income tax officials, name it any end for that matter. These are complex matters that we're discussing, correct? When such simple matters can be misinterpreted so easily, yes? So imagine when complex matters come into picture, correct? Always ask your receiver or the person who is listening, ask them to repeat. Yes, what have you understood by this, sir? Or, yes, question them. So when the moment they start speaking, you understand whether you are a good communicator or not. Whether have you done your job well or not. Correct? Simple things but make a huge difference. Now, why this talk, first of all? Why is, see, communication and presentation, aren't we being taught or aren't we being lectured upon since school? Since nursery, since then, how to talk, even telling ABCD, even making sentences, making words, all that is part of communication. Yes? But why is it important now? Even at this stage, when we are all chartered accountants already, still, why this topic? It's just a basic level topic. Why now? Can I share some of my personal experiences with you? Okay. So, this happened just about 2 days ago, okay? 2 days ago, I was at this company. I wouldn't like to mention the company name, but this company is, it's present world over. Yes, it's a beverage company. Its presence is there in the entire world. So, such an MNC, such a corporation, they had a meeting for their business partners. So, I was not there as a CA, I was there as a business partner. Now, what had happened was, they had a software change. Okay, so their ERP systems had changed. So, they wanted to orient the business partners as to how the software has changed, what are the new changes that have come up, and what is the kind of investment that they are looking from our end. Yes, got it? Now, am I too fast?
No.
You're catching up, right? Okay. We were all there, like same, similar kind of all of us seated here, all the business partners. So there are about 3 people. 4 of the company's highest officials sitting there, and another 4 people from the software team, and 2, 3 people who are going to present. So okay, they started off. Now, the main person who was speaking had a small problem. One was all the business partners were not very highly educated. Okay, so they could not communicate entirely in English. They had to go in local language also. They had to speak in local language also. So initially itself he told, I cannot speak in the local language. I shall speak in English. He said, okay, no problem. At least English, even if anyone speaks slowly, everyone will be able to understand 70 to 80% of what they are trying to communicate. He said, okay, fine. Now this person started explaining from the PPT, okay. He's almost, I think, what, 55 years, with almost 20 years of experience. I'm not trying to question his experience here or, what age he is. But the thing is, when he started telling us the software changes and developments, first of all, he was merely reading out from the PPT, okay. Second thing was, we are not able to understand what he is trying to tell. That doesn't mean that he is not knowledgeable, because he was the one who created that new software. So, he is a brilliant mind, but we are not able to understand what he is trying to tell. Okay, that's when the main manager stepped in and he called another person and said, okay, this person is going to speak, there's going to be another interpreter. Now what happened, first of all, when this main person started speaking, we couldn't connect properly. Okay, there was a break. This interpreter came, right? The next person, he started speaking in English itself, not even in the local language, but we connected to him more. Okay, gradually what happened was, the first person was speaking, the main speaker, right? He had to move out and the second person started off and he continued. Only reason being they could not connect with the audience. Okay, that doesn't mean that the person is less knowledgeable, that doesn't mean that the person does not know anything. Okay, so this communication skill is required at any point of time. Even now when I'm speaking to you, it doesn't mean that it has to be a formal presentation where I have an audience, I have a speaker, I have a PPT running and I'm talking to you. No. Be it even with your clients today, be it with your business partners, be it with your normal, your probably practicing partners or with your income tax officials, the way you speak, the way you represent yourself has a lot of impact. Yes? The way you speak, the way you dress, everything has an impact these days. Why? Why is it that they didn't, even 20 years before they were business, there was business? Yes or no? Yes? 50 years before also? But why is it that now we are stressing upon this? You tell me the reason. That we need to be well dressed, we need to dress formally, or rather we have to have those kind of presentation skills, we need to be good communicators. Why is it that we are stressing at this point of time? Business is globalized? Yes, rightly sir.
Competition.
Competition? Yes.
Compliance.
Compliance? People management is increasing, correct? Rather than digitalization, social media, yes? Your executive presence. How many of you are practicing here? Wonderful. The rest of you are in employment, right? Okay. Either ways, at least you would have met with one or two clients in both the scenarios. Yes. Have you observed? The client has a lot of demands these days. Yes? First, in respect of services that you are rendering. Second, in respect of fees that you are charging. Third, they look at your office. Yes? They see how your office is. They see how you were, trying to speak to them. They see how you are as a person. Your personality in itself. Yes? If they find comfort in one person, they are ready to stick and be with that person throughout. Otherwise, they tend to keep changing. Yes? And it's so hard to hold on to a client. Yes or no? You keep jumping from one place to the other. Yes? So, in these days, and my another major question is that, why is it that only MBAs should get these top-notch positions? Why not CAs? Why not company secretaries? Or why not any other professionals?
People management.
Very good, sir. People management. And how are you going to manage people? You tell me. Now you are managing your partners, no? To make them how to draw. Was it easy? It was not, right? Correct? Even in respect of such a simple thing, it was not easy. So imagine when you have to get work or tasks out of them and huge reports or anything for that matter. Yes? You have to manage people properly. How will you manage? Basic thing is, how are you going to speak to them? Yes? If you shout at them, will they do it? Obviously not. If you're too polite,
Nothing happens.
nothing happens. It will fall on your head, you should only do it. So, that persuading power, or that convincing power should be there with you. How will that come? You should start analyzing the other person, understand that person, get the work out of him. See, maybe the topic today is just communication and presentation, but this involves a lot of other things also. It is not just merely speaking and listening. Yes? We are seeing at an overall perspective, at an overall personality. So for that, all this is required. Yes? So we cannot be too rude, neither can we be too polite. Yes? It's how you match between the two. Similarly with your audience when you are speaking also. You cannot have the same kind of tone, same kind of approach to all the audiences that you are going to meet. Say suppose this was the same meeting where I am a CA, I am in practice and you are all my employees. You think I will be this nice? If some problem had happened? Obviously not. Yes? Similarly, vice versa. If this was same, I was a CA and all my clients are present here, probable clients, not my clients, probable clients, you think I'll be this, in the same case? No, I'll be more sweeter. Yes or no? Correct? So, you have to determine your audience and accordingly speak, accordingly structure your approach, accordingly plan. Okay? Before only these MNCs and corporates required these kind of workshops and training. But I disagree with that. Not at all. See, it's not that only they have to be all-rounders. I focus and tell each and everyone, even anyone I meet in my career, that all of us need to be all-rounders. Yes? We should be skillful in every respective field. Yes? Because the world, like your friends, my friends told, globalization, competition. Yes? For that, at least we have to start adapting ourselves. Right? Okay. So, sorry, I need to. We'll just cover a few basics of presenting and communication skills, and then we'll come back to our deeper talks. Would that be okay? Okay, before that, okay. All of you tell me, in your day-to-day lives or in your professional lives or in your professional lives and your office life, office work, who are the different people you interact with?
Employees, clients,
Employees, clients, okay.
Subordinates.
officials,
Government officials, okay.
Subordinates.
Subordinates, then
partners,
partners. Who's this? I need the marker. Subordinates, employees, partners, clients, then income tax officials, then that's all. Housekeeping, yes, very good ma'am. Then chai wala, okay. No, afterwards I'll move this back. Then security, legal advisors. I'm just writing short forms. Okay, then clients. Who are the other people that you mentioned? Subordinates, seniors, government officials. Okay, then
ourselves,
ourselves. Okay, partners. Who else? Okay, drivers, cab drivers. Okay, then. Sorry.
Garbage collectors.
Who collected? Oh, okay, then. Spouse, family members. Okay. Most important. This has to be first, no? Okay. So. I've not been in practice for a long time, but still, in these, I think 2 years, I've learned that with each of these people, no, you need to change your tone, you need to change your body language, you need to change the words that you use, the language that you speak to get the work done. See, ultimately, what are we working for? Some particular task we have, some plan we have, some goal we have to reach. Yes or no? It may be a personal goal, professional goal, however. Yes or no? Some destination we have to reach. Correct? Now, in this destination, any one of them can come or one or more of them can come. Correct? Now, your approach to each of these people are different. Yes?
yes,
With your clients, whenever you're speaking, these are, you can consider it as tips or however, or probably you can give me tips rather. So, when you're speaking to your clients, see the first thing, grooming and dressing, I'll come to it later. Then we'll discuss about that later. So, when you're speaking to your client, first thing you have to make him aware is that you are knowledgeable. Yes? You know what you're doing. Got it? And you have the solution to his problem. Whether you have it or not is a secondary question. Whether you have the solution or not is a secondary question. But to him, this is how you should show yourself as. Otherwise, you're not going to get that kind. Yes? Okay. What is Section 5 of Income Tax Act? Scope of total income charging section. Okay. Can I ask ask other sections? Will you be able to tell me all the section numbers along with what they are trying to convey? Yes or no? No.
Yes.
So we are not encyclopedias or walking around. Okay? Not all of us know everything. Do we agree to this?
Yes.
We have our own areas of specialization. We have our own areas of knowledge. But we know that something like this exists. Now that existing knowledge you should use and that you should transfer to the client so that he comes back to you. Yes? So the way you present in front of himself is different. Now you take with legal advisors, okay? There also you should show that you have some kind of knowledge, otherwise they will take advantage of you. Right? Client psychology. Employees, you have to have a check on them every now and then, or else they are also prone to doing the wrong things, or rather not doing the right things. Yes? You have to keep a check on them. Subordinates, same as employees. Yes? Seniors, again, there is a kind of respect that you give, there is a kind of tone that you use, right? And the kind of phrases that you use. Sir, wish them good morning, good evening, good afternoon, something. Yes, greet them, and then you start. Right? Yes? They have to feel special, they have to feel that, okay, this person is actually giving respect to the position that I am in. Okay? Ultimately, what are we looking for? We have to reach our destination or our goal. Yes? In that, if you stand in between, if your ego stands in between, or if any other matter that such is stands in between, you cannot get your task done. But I am not telling that you have to sacrifice your self-respect. No. But, how is your persuading power? How is your convincing power? Yes? How is your body language? All that matters. Government officials, we have to be like this. Yes or no? Correct? You have to be like this, or you have to pay a lot. Again, your choice. Then, with yourself, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of, dimensions or dilemma that happens within, right? If you're not able to keep that control in yourself, that will show here. Okay, all of us watch news. Recently, Kerala's floods happened, very sad. But during that time, have you seen all the reporters? Have you observed the reporters? When they're communicating anything that is saddening or something that's shocking news, have you seen their expressions? How is it? Are they smiling and telling you all that news? Then you can actually visualize that shock, yes, that statement, that sadness, that mourning, situation in their face. Same time, if any person, any election, probably any party has won that election and that person is reporting from there, how is their expressions? They're happy, or probably they're supporting that party, or they see crackers, all that. Their expression changes. Why? That's nothing but body language. Right? Same with this exercise. When you visualize, when you're able to see something, you're able to grasp it faster. Yes or no? Yeah. Similarly. Now why this is connected here? When you are in a tension, when you are in some kind of dilemma, when you are not comfortable with what you are trying to communicate, it shows on your face. Mind you, it shows on your face, it shows in your body language. If you are not confident, if you are nervous, or rather if you are not prepared, if you keenly observe, that can be made out from your face and your body language. So that controlling power lies in you. Yes? Have you seen, you would have seen these videos, right? From Sadhguru?
Yeah.
Have you watched the videos? Have you watched TED Talks? Yes? How well do they speak? Sadhguru, you ask him any question, does he react? Have you seen his facial expressions? Same tone of answer, same level of answers may be different, but the way he's trying to communicate is very convincing to you, yes or no? TED Talks have you watched? Yes, when you see achievers speaking, they speak so well, no? When you see that, you get so inspired. Yes or no? Yeah. Right? How they are in control of themselves, that's when they are able to produce so well. Right? This comes with a lot of practice. That practice comes even from yoga, meditation, a lot of other things. So, controlling oneself when communicating also becomes very important. Then, partners. Partners, again, you can go informed also when you're speaking to them because they are in your same level, at the same time, you can open up and tell these are the problems I faced. There you need to be more open because you're discussing problems and both of you are trying to find solution to that. Yes? Then drivers. Sometimes you have to be polite. Sometimes you have to be strict and tell them, no, this is where I want to go, you have to take me there. Ladies, it becomes more cautious for us to be more polite. Why? You don't know what kind of attitude the drivers have. I'm not judging all of them, but at least we have to be in our own safety, in our own concern. Yes? Then, spouse, family members, depending on their mood. Depending on their mood swings. Yes? Otherwise also, when important your personal things, you know how to handle it. Otherwise, when other things you're trying to inform, think before you speak, and then you know how to manage them because you have a lot of experience with it. But these other people, you need to have a hold. At the same time, see how can you get your work done. Okay? You might think this is being very selfish, but in today's scenario, when you have to move forward, you have to get a lot of things done. That time you have to start thinking like this. Yes? In respect of all this, there's one more important factor that we should all consider. Being ethical. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes or no? You can get things done, get work done however you want, but keeping ethics into this is most important. Yes? You can get things done in the wrong way also, but no. Let's always stand right, let's always do it in the right way. Okay? So, in anything that I'm trying to explain also, keep that in mind. Ethics also follows along with that. The greatest ideas are worthless if you keep them to yourself. Each of us have our own ideas, each of us have our own concepts, each of us have our own thinking. But only when we share it with the other person, it becomes two, or it can grow from two to more also. Correct? Yes or no? But if I don't tell that, if I keep it to myself, no. If you keep it to yourself, it lies there. Only when you exchange ideas, when you speak to each other, do you understand better? Can you analyze more? Yes? I've already spoken to you about this messenger, which channel you are communicating, and the receiver. One more thing which I'd like to mention here is that probably when you're presenting like this or in any formal situation in your office, you know the do's and don'ts already. Okay? More or less. Because from beginning we've been told about this. But communication does not restrict only there. Even when you're speaking over the phone, yes, there are certain guidelines to it. You need to follow that. Okay? Even when you're sending a mail, that is also a way of communication. Yes or no? Does only me speaking, you hearing, is this only communication? No. It has a wider scope. Correct? It has a wider range. So, however we are trying to communicate, what message you are trying to convey, how precise and concise is it, and whether the responder is able to understand in the same sense, you need to always keep in your mind. Okay? Be it whether you are speaking over phone or whether you are speaking directly, Skype, video call, or even via email, anywhere it is, this basic things we have to have in our head. The principles of effective presentation, the 3 E's: educate, explain and entertain. Educate, communicate your arguments and evidence. Anything that you're trying to tell, anything that you're trying to communicate, let it not be false facts. False rather, let it not be false, let it not be something that you're bluffing. We have Google now. Right? Anything and everything the information is in the tip of our hands. So even if you're bluffing, the other person can find out.
Yes.
Okay? This has an impact on your personality again. If you are bluffing, if the other person gets to know, do you think they'll rely upon your information once again? Trust once lost is lost. It takes a lot of effort to create that first impression all over again. Yes or no? Correct? So be careful with that. Explain. Persuade your audience that they are true. See, in case of, can I give you an audit example? Yes or no? You can respond no. Yes. Okay. So what happened was, we were trying to find some bills, we were doing some auditing, okay. So this accountant, we are trying to tell him that we need correspondence either with the supplier or management, someone has to come and tell us why this particular situation happened. Now we're trying to explain this to him, but it's not going to his head. And this person is only 12th pass. Okay? So he's not, we are speaking in high terms. Okay, we are telling vouching, management response, that, this representation. He is like, madam, you again beku nanu gottagta illa. Mujhe nahi pata hai. That's what he told. So, like I said, you have to understand your audience. So what we have to do was get down to his level. What does he understand? That, sir, see, this is the balance in your accounts, 10,000, but your bill is showing only 7,000. Why 3,000 difference? So, just like how you have to explain to a kid, no, you have to go down to their level, stoop to their level, make them understand. Similarly, you will not meet geniuses every day. They are genius in their own life terms. Okay? So you have to go down to that, analyze that person and then be able to tell. Now there was another incident which happened. I take sessions in the Institute for Students. So we were having a group discussion. Okay? So this was a group discussion session. So there were 4 groups sitting here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that group there was a boy who was sitting right like where ma'am is sitting there. My ma'am was wearing pink sweater, there one boy was sitting. So the topic for their particular group was joint family versus nuclear family. Okay, joint family versus nuclear family. Everyone finished, their thing was happening. Now the problem was, in group discussion usually we give an opportunity for everyone to speak, right? So this boy, he's from Andhra someplace, okay, Guntur or somewhere. So he's trying to tell something, but all the other people who are sitting next to him have lost interest because he's not able to speak that fluently in English. Okay, so he's telling dad, then dad's brother together, then they speak, they know, so business better. This is what he's telling. So these other people, they've lost interest because they don't want to listen to such people, no? That's what we usually do. But what that other person's idea he was telling is that the remaining people were still quarreling over why joint family, why nuclear family. One point that they had was more independence here, they have no privacy. They were sticking on to that one point. This boy, what he was trying to say is that when there's a joint family, when there are too many other people also whom you can take opinions from, you can do business better. Yes, you can take decisions faster, you can take better decisions because too many ideas. First slide, when you exchange ideas, when you exchange experiences, he was trying to tell that. Others were not listening. So what I had to do, I told him, you're finding it difficult, it's completely alright. You tell in Telugu only. Whatever you want to tell, tell in Telugu. Believe it or not, the rest of the class, 50% were fluent. They're all, their mother tongue was Hindi, some 30% was Kannada, 20% other languages. He spoke in Telugu. The entire class understood. The entire class understood. Because he spoke slowly and what he was telling was visual effect was there. Yes. And at least father, brother, that much they can understand. No? So, they were able to call out more and then they started appreciating what he was telling. Because in that entire group, nobody else had brought out this point. Yes? So, you cannot say that a person who is not able to speak English fluently or any language fluently is not knowledgeable. They know. But how are you going to pull out that information from them is important. One is like this. See the other way around. Imagine that entire group was your group and you were all brainstorming for ideas for a new product. Okay? And you were all busy listening to people who were speaking well. But there was this one person who could not speak well, but he had the solution to your problem. He knew the new product that you are going to launch, which will fetch you profits. But you ignored. Yes? So, being a good communicator does not mean you only communicate well. You are going to be a good listener, you are going to respond well, you are going to understand and analyze the other person also appropriately. Yes? Next. Entertain. Be interesting and entertaining. The average span for which any audience can listen is 20 minutes. Beyond 20 minutes they lose interest. Yes? So you need to have a break or you need to have some kind of other discussion, some case study, something, some activity, push it there and then you can always get out of it. Or if I'm always lecturing and if you are listening, you lose interest. Yes. Make it interactive. Anything, any such aids you can use so that your audience is listening to you and you are able to connect with them a lot better. Okay, listeners listen between 20 to 25 to 50% of the time. Short-term memory holds only 5 to 7 points. People remember 10% of what they hear versus 50% of what they read. So whatever I'm trying to tell you since that time, only 10% you will be able to recall and recollect. But if the same thing if I had given you in a book, okay, probably by some famous author, if you would have read 50 pages, you'll remember more. Because you are reading it yourself. Listening power is a lot lesser than our reading and analyzing power. Okay, so we'll do something. We'll do an activity. Small activity. Okay, I won't ask you to move around. Sit wherever you are. Sit, be comfortable. Okay, so each of you have a book. Close it and keep it inside your bag. Inside your bags, okay? No cheating. Phones also inside. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Phones also inside your bags or your pocket. However. Let's see what's your listening capacity or is your retention capacity. Done? All of you are listening, paying attention? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay. So I'm going to read out a list of words to each one of you. Okay. Not each one of you, to all of you together. By the end of it, let's see how much will you be able to remember. Okay. In the same order, if you're going to remember, wow, great, Einstein's. Otherwise, also we'll see what's our retention capacity. Done? Done? No writing down, okay? No cheating. Ethics, no cheating. Okay. I'll start reading out.
Yes, start.
Paying attention?
Start.
Okay. Dream, sleep, night, mattress, snooze, sheet, nod, tired, night, artichoke, insomnia, blanket, night, alarm, nap, snore, pillow. That's all. Take your books and write down in the same order whatever you can remember.
Same model.
If you read first, you can remember and write. Otherwise, at least whatever I told you, write some words. So even you should write, sir. Pen and book, sir. Yes, sir. Pen, book, wait, go. So we can pass on to the rest. Whatever words you can remember also write, even if you don't know the order, it's okay. Sir, Einstein, sir. And no mocking, huh?
One word was funky word, didn't get it.
No, I won't repeat it. Try remembering.
Disturb the throat. That word.
You need a book, ma'am? That's it. Wow, almost close. Okay, last 30 seconds. Okay, done? Done? Okay. How many of you remember the first and last word? Raise your hand. Very nice. What were the first and last words?
Dream and pillow.
Dream and pillow. Okay. Then I said one word which was not connected to this theme.
Insomnia.
Artichoke.
Artichoke, exactly. Insomnia again related to sleep and
Okay.
so that's fine, great. Then there was one word I repeated quite frequently.
Night.
Wow, brilliant. How many of you remember the word bed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm being very specific.
Bed.
Bed, mattress. Okay, mattress I said. Okay, bed. Did I say that also? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many words? Wow. Just check the number of words and tell me how much have you written?
10.
10. 15 words were called out, out of which night was repeated thrice. So total 18. Okay. See, I'll call out the words just in case if you want to check once again. Dream, sleep, night, mattress, snooze, sheet, nod, tired, night, artichoke, insomnia, blanket, alarm, nap, snore, pillow. See, now you can analyze this itself. The first word and last word, almost all of you have got it right. Right? You were concentrating. Initially, your concentration level was high, so you were able to remember the first words great. Last word, I ended it there, so you were able to recall that faster. Great. Artichoke, why were you able to remember?
Because completely out of the
Something odd, right? Off that, odd or out.
Yes.
In that entire list.
Night, everything is equal.
Correct. Now, night, why were you able to remember? I repeated it a lot of times. Okay. Someone said you have noted down bed, but I didn't call out bed.
Mattress.
The word bed I didn't call out at all. I said mattress. Why did that happen?
Associated to this.
Your mind. Your mind. We do a lot of things, we do a lot of mistakes by one particular habit of ours. Assumption. We assume. Anyways, bed, pillow, night, dream, everything. Can bed also should have. No, right. Right? That's your mind working. That's your brain working. It creates a false memory. Yes? What I tell you repeatedly, you'll be able to remember and grasp. First and last, you'll be able to remember. Something different, something out of the blue, something surprising fact, you'll be able to remember and recollect. But in between also, I told so many words. That gone, where? Yes? And your mind also plays a trick with you. It will relate something and then this also, they don't push it up, right? Also, this word also right. Yes? So this mantra, if you keep it in your head, no? You can be a good communicator. Simple. Something you want your audience to remember, repeat. Repeat it twice or thrice. You can go into that and they'll be able to remember. Yes? Second thing, if you don't want to repeat it too many times because it might sound not that great. So, amaze them with facts and figures. Amaze them with something, surprising. Something they don't know. That time that retention ship will be there. It will stay here. Yes? Next. You know that the first and the last things you'll be able to remember. Correct? That stayed here. No? So, give out the most information first or put it to the last. See, ultimately, today, if my session went great, how will I be able to tell that? Only if all of you have taken away some, at least, but whatever I have spoken, 10% if you have driven home, that means I've done my job well. Okay? So, if whatever you want to communicate, if you want to drive home something to your audience, make sure that something stays with them. That staying, put it in such positions. Either repeat it or surprise them by telling some other fact or figure that they don't know, or you need start with it or end with it. Yes? 3. What are they? Repeat. Surprise them. Start and end. Okay? But the fourth one is a little dangerous. What is that?
To tell something.
You tell something, they assume them articulate, ask them to tell what they understood out of this. That time, that fourth problem is there, no? Assuming problem which all of us have, that will be terminated. Yes? Got it? Simple? We'll go forward? Done, your activity is done, you can smile and be happy now. Look, you're already tired. Okay. The attention curve. This is what you're dealing with. See, audience attention. In the beginning, peak. Then goes down and down and down. Then conclusion, again they're all awake because they're ready to go home. Yeah? Engage the brain. People learn better words and pictures than from words alone. Right? From morning, from the beginning of the session, what we've been discussing. Visuals, yes, tend to leave a lasting image. So if you're able to speak or tell something, add some visuals to what you're trying to convey so that people will remember. Okay? And you might ask another thing, that should PPTs necessarily be there whenever you're trying to make presentations? Your choice. Your choice. Use a PPT, don't use a PPT. This is my personal opinion. Out of all these years, what I've learned is that PPT, it engages people, at the same time it also discourages imagination. Yes? So, if some points if you want to convey, use a PPT. Otherwise, in speaking itself, you'll be able to tell a lot of things. You can use only images or some charts. You can use the board, something like that. Okay? PPTs are not compulsory for presentations. Let me make that clear. The 4 P's: plan, prepare, practice, and present. Plan the content. If I give each one of you a topic right away and I ask you to come and speak here about the topic for 10 minutes, will you be able to do it immediately?
No.
Some of you maybe, because you might have an idea about that topic. Otherwise, at least won't you have that 10% of tension, that nervousness? Yes or no?
Yes.
Even standing here, even I have that nervousness. Little bit of nervousness is healthy, good. But which makes you blank out or which makes you lose concentration, that is dangerous. That you need to hold control of yourself. So, anything for that matter, before you come, see there will be a lot of talks also where you will have to instantaneously go and talk to people about it. Yes? Mentally, prepare, plan, tell, okay, this is what I'm going to cover. There will be a wide, okay, let's put it this way. I gave you that image to draw with your partners. My artists, not my artists, my narrators, you tell me, how did you plan it out? Immediately did you just see the picture and start off telling? Or did your mind do a little bit of thinking before that? Yes or no, right? What did you think? How will I be able to tell? Should I put a draw box first, circle later? This image is what I'm talking about. Circle later, across one line. You thought about it and then you went ahead. Correct? Yes? That is your planning process which happens within here. Okay? So keep that in mind. Prepare. Have a structure to it. How many would have thought, I should have told first draw a box, then the circle, then the smaller things. And I should have told draw a bigger circle. Right? So there is an order to it. That order you should remember, that structure you should form. Practice. As of now, I think all of you will be able to communicate very well because you have experience. Experience is your biggest power. Otherwise also, if you have some formal meetings. How many of you watch stand-up comedy? You watch? Okay. So, okay, at least all of you have watched some TED Talk or something? Yes? If you see them, that does not come to them instantaneously. You give them a topic and they don't come and talk to you about it even for 5 to 10 minutes. They prepare very well. Even Shah Rukh Khan for that matter, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, anyone you take for that matter. Yes? Mr. Modi ji is an exception. So, anyone else if you take for that matter, right? They prepare very well and then they speak, so they know what to speak. That's why the moment you see them talk, you're like, wow. You get so fascinated, you get amazed, you get inspired, right? Only because of their practice and preparation. Got it? Yes? Then, present, again, that's your presentation. How well do you perform at the stage? This is preparing for the war, but ultimately you have to be at the war, you have to fight it out there. Yes? That also is equally important. Plan. Why are you doing that? Why are you presenting? What's your main purpose of communication or presentation? Who is your intended audience? Yes? That we did. Your intended audience. For each audience, your way of speaking, the mannerisms are different. Similarly, analyze your audience, then decide how are you going to talk to them. Prepare. What is your content? What are you going to tell them? See, if the same talk, if the same topic was given to me and I had to speak about it for the entire day to my students, yes, my coverage would be different because I have to speak to them for about 8 hours. Here it's only 2 hours. I have to minimize it, bring it down. But what is important has to be given out. Right? If again the same thing I have to bring it down to 5 minutes, again my scope would be different. Again I'll bring the most important ones, the others I will eliminate. Yes. Similarly, depending on your time situation, depending on the audience, depending on what are the other criteria, you decide what should be part of your content. Practice and present at the location of the. Define the objective of the talk based on reason, impact on audience, and what action. See, anything that you are trying to communicate, I told you, right, we all have some destination to reach, some goal to achieve, right? Ultimately, you are intending towards that direction, correct? You might go left, okay, from airport, if you have to reach, are all of you residents of Bangalore?
Yes.
Okay, so if you have to reach from airport to Majestic, which is the best route? Huh? Best route, sir? Hebbard. Hebbard, there is a jam because of the flyover construction, something is wrong, some accident happened. Next best route. KRPuram is too long, Baba. Bell Circle. Vidyaranapura Bell Circle. Or else, that side. What is it? Hegde Nagar, Hennur, another route. And it's another route. Got it? Nagwara. Still, there also entire jam because of this rain. Then you go via KRPuram, Hoskote. Yes, alternative route. So, ultimately, what was your destination? Majestic. To reach Majestic. So, whichever route you take, depending on situation, you have to alter the routes. Can't help it. If you're adamant and tell, no, I want to save fuel, I will come by Hebbard. You won't reach Majestic. You will reach next day only. Yes? So, don't be very precise and stubborn to tell, no, this is the way I'm going to tell, this is how people should understand. No. Whichever route you choose, make sure that your destination and your direction or your goal you are able to reach. Yes? Pitch to the audience based on the size, age, gender, knowledge of the subject, ratio of experts to non-experts. Here all of you are from the CF fraternity, so it's easier for me to speak about audit or anything, sir, any example I can take. If I'm speaking to you about aeronautical engineering, all of you look at me and like, what example is she giving? Yes or no? Yes. Correct. So, depending on the audience, what level of knowledge they have, what expertise they have, decide how you're going to give examples of how you're going to communicate. Bias, cultural makeup, emotional receptivity, psychological needs. Especially when the students from different background, I speak to them about how to prepare for the exams. Yes. So I keep telling them, whatever instituted material, it's your Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Bible, whatever holy book that you have. I cannot stop at Bhagavad Gita because the rest of them will get offended. It's true, it happens. I cannot tell only Bible and keep quiet. I cannot tell only Quran and keep quiet. We are tending to a cultural different makeup. Yes? So you have to tend to each of them. So you need to know what you're going to speak. And especially where such sensitive topics come up, be very careful. Okay? Be very careful so that you're not into trouble, you don't get anyone else also into trouble. Then, most of the audience, especially on this topic, one question that they have, or rather doubt that they have is, they get nervous mainly because people will ask questions. Yeah? The present, whoever comes forward, right? The main biggest fear is, what if the other people ask questions that I don't know answer to? How can you handle the situation? Tell me.
Don't allow anyone to ask.
Don't allow anyone to ask questions. Okay, then.
Provoke them to answer questions for which you have answers.
Yeah, provoke them to ask questions which you have answers to. Then. Sorry?
Offline if you were attended.
Offline if you attended.
Knowledge that is not factory.
Acknowledge that you don't know. Okay. First one, did you tell prepare and come? Did anyone tell you prepare and come? Look at the answers you're giving. Okay, all shortcuts. Then, what else?
Trying to get the answer from the
Same audience.
Same audience, try to get the answer because maybe one of them knows. Yes, that's a brilliant move. First, the question is short and simple, which you know the answer to. Answer it. Close. Second, the question is there and you know the audience also has an answer to it, except that one person. Make the audience answer because they'll also feel comfortable, they'll also can engage them. Right? Then, some question which is going to result in chaos. Some sensitive topic, take it offline. Don't take it there. Okay? Some question which is irrelevant, which will not redirect you back to your presentation or back to your topic. Yes? Tell them you take it offline. Why? Because once you start answering that, you will go from somewhere to somewhere connecting the dots. Mind you, that only one person is listening. The remaining audience are not paying attention. You have lost their interest. Okay? And you're losing out time also. Right? Any presentation has a deadline to it. Maybe 2 hours, 8 hours, anything for that matter. Yes? So such type of questions, take it offline. Something you really don't know, something which is really out of the blue. That question should be very rare. Okay? You cannot say I don't know to everything. Then they won't respect you. Yes? Something that is very rare, something unusual. That I tell them that I'm very sorry, but I will definitely get back to you regarding this. Take their contact details, go back, do your research and revert back to them. But that revert back should be there. Don't just tell that I will revert back to you and then there you've gone out of the classroom, done. Or you've gone out of the presentation hall, okay. That is not my problem. That is when you lose your trust with your audience. Be it one person, be it 10, be it 100. Yes? You have to value each one of them. Yeah? So such kind of thing you can tell them I will revert back to you. Yes? Don't get scared of questions. It's absolutely alright. Don't get scared. What they will ask something relevant to the topic. Okay? If you know, answer. If you don't know, tell them like this. Or else tell them, we're going to continue this offline, we'll take it later. Or make the audience answer that question. Yes? Now the other cause for nervousness is that one is questions. Second, what else do you feel nervous for?
Judgments.
Judgments. Rightly. This judgment is so annoying, no? At any point in life, we are always being scared of that, whether be it professionally, personally, anything. We always want to impress people. We always seek acceptance from the other person. Yes or no? Yes, human tendency. Let go of that. Let go of that. To a certain extent, it's acceptable. But beyond that, you cannot impress everyone. Okay? There are some cynics who keep judging you based on everything. You cannot do that. People who are wise will understand you better. Yes? They will respect you for what you know. But these other people, don't worry. Mind you, you don't be that cynic. If you are a cynic, you will get cynics. You don't be that cynic, that time nothing as such will happen. Yes? So, when you are on the stage, make sure that you are connecting with your audience. When you are sitting there, make sure that you are not judging that person who is talking to you. Simple? Yes? Otherwise, even if you are getting very negative vibe from the audience, it's okay. Take a minute, take a deep breath, continue what you have come there for. Your purpose is different. If they are not paying attention, they are not valuing their time, they are not valuing what you are trying to tell them, it's completely alright. Okay? You cannot sit and convince everyone. This happened in the initial sessions when I was taking, okay? This was happened almost a year and a half before. This was during initially when I was talking to the students. CA, like IPCC, two routes are there. One is they'll come through CPT and IPCC exam, one more is direct entry has come. Direct entries, they're all graduates basically. So, see these workshops, whatever that we're trying to conduct, especially the children, if you see from rural background, I'm not judging based on this, but telling you overall, this is what I've come across. They listen to you properly. Why? Because they don't have that kind of exposure, no? They will listen. These other kids are there who are graduates who have gone through college, no? They don't have the patience to listen because this is already done for them. This is a repetition. And they keep talking and talking and talking. I really got annoyed. because this one full entire sector is not paying attention and I am losing interest. Okay, that was the first session where I got really annoyed and I said, okay, I think I should stop taking sessions. Because only when people are paying attention, you will have the passion to talk. If nobody is listening to you, why would you want to talk? Yes? Such situations may also come to you. One, either if you can engage those people, engage them. Second, even then they are not listening. They are still rude to you. Give a warning. Third, even out of that, if possible, you can send them out, send them out. This happens only with subordinates. It cannot happen with anyone else. Clients know you can send, cannot send them out. Okay? But at least make sure they know that they are not helping you in this. Okay? Or try to engage them by something else. Make them the team leaders. Yes? Or split them and make them sit somewhere else. Got it? So, how smartly you tackle your audience also matters a lot. Yeah? So, you have a lot of, this is not just common sense, these are not something that, that you don't know. But, how you implement it is most important. At that point of time, how smart you are, that is what matters. Prepare and research. What we usually do is, we think of some idea or we think of some topic, something that comes to our head. We sit and Google everything and then we think, okay, in this what shall I take? Don't do that. Do it the other way around. First, whatever idea that you have, right, put it into paper, jot it down, make a note of it. Based on that, you start researching. Otherwise, what will happen is, you plan and you get an idea. Okay? What you do, you tend to research. So, when you start researching, your area moves wider. Okay? Too many things you come across. Then finally, when you have to narrow it down again, you're into a confusion. Yes or no? Because you have too many choices once again. You don't know where to start, where to end. Otherwise, you think of an idea, write that idea down. Based on that idea, you start researching. Okay? That flows and your horizon increases. Your idea also, there you'll be able to find out which is wrong, which is right, whether I can do this, whether I cannot do it, and then you can come back. Yeah? Structure the ERS principle, explain it, reinforce it, summarize it. Nothing but your introduction, body, and your conclusion. Introduction, grab attention, state the objective, highlight the ideas. Body, persuade, inform, entertain. Okay? Summary, reinstate points, point the way forward. Introduction, just give them a small glimpse of what you are going to hear, tell them forward. Like how trailer will come in a movie, just to catch their attention. Then you show the movie. Then at the end of it, you tell about the movie, whether what is your takeaway from that movie. Simple? Yes? Trailer, cinema, then review. Simple. That is nothing but your introduction, body and summary. Practice makes perfect. Do run-throughs, simplify, rehearse, help judge timing, reduces nervousness, get familiar with aids. Aids are nothing but like visual presentations, case studies, or some kind of handouts that you're giving. When you're rehearsing itself, please make sure that these are effective and these will help your presentation. Okay? And we have this program, it was a development program for all the facilitators or faculties. So, a great personality was speaking to all of us and he was telling, this is the most sought after or most effective way of presentation or effective way of making students understand and learn. So some of us were like, okay, games and activities, and some of them were like PPTs, some of them were like role plays, some of them were like group discussions, some of them were like debates. Yes? There are a lot of ways, a lot of ideas that came through. But if you observe all of these ideas that came through, one thing is common. What is that? The ideas we suggested were games, activities, presentation or PPT, case studies, role plays, group discussions, debates. What is something that is common in all of them? Engaging the mind. No, not one of them told only lecture. Okay, that's one-way communication, right? In all of this, one thing that was common was engaging your respective audience. Once you engage them, you've done your job. You're almost 90% there. Yes? Not only in respect of presentations, even in respect of all the other things that we were discussing, all the other audiences, just make sure and see that how can you engage them, how can you get the best out of them. That one way can create wonders for each one. Delivery. Watch your body posture, use a conversational tone, eye contact, 90% of speaking time, smile, vary the pace and pause. Now, your body posture, simple things, what you only tell. No. Stand straight, shoulders straight, no droopy shoulders, no leaning back, straight. Then
Relax.
hands relaxed. Usually whenever you're speaking, even when you're sitting, when you're in an interview, or if you are an interviewer, observe these things, okay? So, just a second. Okay. So, when you're interviewing someone or you are the interviewee, you're sitting on the other side, make sure that if you're sitting on a table or something, and you have a desk in front of you, if you have a chair or something, make sure your hands are visible to the other person. That creates a trust. If your hands are inside your pocket, if your hands are, you're trying to put it somewhere, it shows that you're concealing some facts. Okay? Yes? This is as per psychologically what we do and how people interpret. Okay? So, even if you're sitting, if there's a hand rest, please use a hand rest. Even when you're communicating, don't conceal, don't keep away your hands, or don't do that. Not even hands in your pockets. Speak. Next, what is this called? This is called a power posture. Okay? Whenever you speak, use your gestures, come back to the power posture. Not hands here, not like this, not anywhere, come back to the power posture, or even this is accepted. Okay? Not very high, not very low. Neat. No. Okay? Then, the other thing is, what I was doing here also was wrong. You're not supposed to walk all the way. It distracts your audience. But I cannot stand in one place. So I'm moving around, which is wrong. I accept it. So what you can do is, you cannot stand like a tree. That is also very awkward. So one step forward, 1 feet, 2 feet, speak, communicate, come back to your position. Right, speak, 1, 2, back. 1, 2, left, back. Simple, 1 or 2 feet. That's it. Don't keep moving around because it will you will lose your audience. Then, apart from that, body posture straight, eye contact, make sure that you see swift glance at all your audience every 20 seconds or 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds. Don't keep doing this like that chitty robot. You're scanning everybody, okay? So, once just a slight sway, connect with your audience, okay? Smile. You're not going to lose anything. Smile. Yes? Don't be grumpy, don't be, when you smile, your audience also connected, they also start smiling, they feel good. Okay. Second, in the beginning when we were discussing, right, one of our friends mentioned, how do we control ourselves? In that we were mentioning, right? So our head, our thoughts, whatever is running inside is running there. Keep it aside. As of now, here we are trying to present, you are trying to be a good audience, I am trying to tell you whatever I know. So only this should be there. If I start thinking about something else, 30th September, due date is there, my clients are waiting, it will show here. Yes? So that we need to keep in our mind. This happened in one of the sessions, okay? What had happened was, again, this was almost a year and a half ago. What I've learned through this entire process is that even now I'm learning. When you indulge yourself in that topic that you're speaking, or when you indulge yourself in whatever that you're trying to convey, it happens a lot easier. Yes? You're going to love it. And time just goes like that. If you don't know, if you keep thinking 1 hour to speak, 1 hour, still 5 minutes left, still 10 minutes left, it's just going to ruin everything. Yeah. Really. So over a period of time, what I've understood is that I become a student when I'm speaking to my students. I become a CA when I'm with all my other CA fraternity colleagues. I become just a graduate when I'm with other graduates. Yes? So you have to indulge yourself so much, that's when the best out of you comes. If you don't indulge, if you are busy with something else, It cannot happen. You will not be able to deliver 100%. So, anywhere that you go, whatever that you are trying to convey, make sure that your mind is there, focusing on that particular point, concentrating there at that point of time. You don't be somewhere else just physically present here. That will not work. Try this indulgence in whatever that you are trying to do, even in respect of work. Indulge yourself in whatever work that you are doing. It's going to be beautiful, you're going to love it. Love what you're doing. Whatever that you do, you're going to start loving with it, it will happen faster. If you don't have that indulgence, go on, you're in trouble. Then, bear with the pace and pause. If you want the audience to start thinking about some point, after telling that, give a small pause. Because it's gone into their head, they're processing it, they're thinking about it, they're analyzing, and then they're back to normal position. So something that's important, no? Remember 3 things. What? Repeat, surprise,
First and last. First and last.
first and last. So these are the things if you want to make them think about. Whenever you tell all this, give a small pause to it. They'll be able to grasp it better. Simple? Yes or no? Yes or no, you can't respond. The 3 V's of communication: visual, verbal, tonal. How much is verbal? I hope nobody's colored them, and this color also is a little tacky. Okay. Now,
Verbal is least.
verbal is least how much?
7%.
Only 7. And how about visual? 38. Tonal? Tonal is 38, visual is 55. So, visual first, your tone, then comes the words that you are trying to convey. So, if you're smart, if you're a smart presenter, you will use this wisely. How? If you're a smart presenter, you will use this aspect wisely. How?
By using more of visual and
Precisely. More visuals doesn't mean out of 20 slides, 20 is we are almost writing this pictures. But you will do less talking, more visualizing, more message conveying. Simple. Talking, when you're presenting, it doesn't mean 90% or 100% of the time you have to keep yapping and the audience should listen to you. No. It is just you're sending the message or making that person understand. So, this use it wisely. Okay? In respect of your tone. Yes? Lesser words, but impact is the same. Impact is powerful. That you should keep it. Body language, again, defensive standing position, closed body, closed attitude, open body, open. The third one is a 2, the other 2 are toes. Please keep that in mind. Yes? Don't cross your legs when you're speaking with someone. Hands out of your pocket, don't keep it inside. Yeah? And another thing is grooming, I told you, I'll speak to you about. See, nobody reminded me. Okay. So, grooming and dressing up. Why is it important now?
Your 55% visual recognition.
55% is visual effect. If I come in sandals, jeans, torn jeans, and on tan top, and I start talking to you, will you pay attention? You'll be like, who is this girl who's coming and talking here? Yes? Is she even fit to speak in this particular platform? Is she looking like a professional? Why have they called some college student who's come and speak here? Yes or no? Correct. So, dress wisely, dress to the situation, dress to that particular occasion. Okay? We are all professionals. Yes? So, the moment we step out as professionals, we should look professional also. Yes? So, formal attire, men you already know what it is. Formal shirts, formal pants. Now, formal shirt, you tell me which is considered to be most formal in level of hierarchy?
White.
Good. Then no, you're right. White shirts. Yes, plain shirts. Plain shirts rather. Second? Stripes. Very good. Third? Right. You're right, sir. Checks, but that is considered semi or rather informal. Checks is not formal there. First is plain or solid color shirts. White shirt topmost. Then stripes. Checks is not considered formal. So rather when you're purchasing or something, keep that in your mind. Trousers, again, please without pleats, your choice. Formal shoes, closed shoes, Lace shoes considered more formal. Otherwise, other normal shoes also you can wear. That is okay. Okay. Ladies, again, we have a lot of variety, lot of choices again. But Indian, Western normal, like how the men put shirts or formal tops with pant and skirt. And Indian wear, kurtis also is considered formal as these days. And salwar and saris. Again, anything that you wear, this is one small mantra to remember whether you are wearing the right dress or not. Whether you are dressed rightly or not. Go, dress up, look nice, stand in front of the mirror. The moment you stand in front of the mirror, are you able to see your entire self? Or your eyes is just going to any one particular point? If you are able to see your entire self, you are ready to go. If your eyes is focusing on something, that something is not right. If it's focusing on your shirt, either your shirt pattern is not right or some stain is there or the color is too bright. If your eyes is going on your pants, something is not comfortable or you're not wearing right, keep that in mind. Hair, again, men, gentlemen, again you will have short hair, that's okay. If you have long hair, hair longer than jawline, tie it up. Yes, otherwise you can leave it. Ladies also, same applies with us. Hair longer than jawline, you have to tie it up. Simple. Okay. So the simple mirror mantra you remember, whenever you go, you dress up, go stand, see yourself. If you see you want to see your entire self, be happy, walk out confident. Yes? Yes, so no you won't respond. So mean all of you are. AIDS related, flip charts and whiteboards, overhead projector, slide projector, PC and data projector, media, multimedia, handouts, anything that you can use. See, I've used a chart here. If I don't give that percentage, is it that effective? You won't know the percentage, but merely by looking at it, you will tell, okay, visual is only highest, that's all. If I give the percentage but don't mention that particular chart over there, small indexing, no use. Okay. Same goes with your any aid that you use or any PPT that you use. Okay. If it is not complete, what's the point of using it? Yes. So any material that you use, make sure that it's proper and it's complete. Tips for effective slides. His principle. Keep it short and simple. So nice. Correct? Even when you're speaking also. Short, simple, precise, to the point, done. You've nailed it. Yeah? Then 7 by 7 rule, what does it say? No more than 7 words per line, no more than 7 lines per slide. This is a generally accepted throughout the world. Okay? So especially when you're having international clients. Yes? When you have clients from different other geographical, probably differences or from some other areas, it's better you follow all these things, you keep it in your mind, because they will not judge you, but at least you are giving an impression. That impression is affected. That's why. One idea per slide. Use pictures, figures, titles, short or clear caption. Avoid data and tables or text. Avoid complete sentences. Use headlines. Remove all information and figure that is not absolutely necessary. Okay. Then handshake, business card and all you already know. No? I should take experience from you guys. I should ask you to demonstrate and please let me know how this is. Anyways, if you're going to meet international delegates or someone like that, usually what happens is they have their cards written on both the sides. They have in 2 languages. One is universally accepted, probably English, and the other side will be their local language. Yes. Same with you guys. In case you want to get your card printed that way, you can have one in local language and one in English. But always give the readable or which the other person can understand, that side facing up. Simple. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And even your visiting card don't have too many things. Just have what information is necessary. And people have logos and all sorts of things. That also keep it minimal and simple. Don't have very fancy cards or something which does not help. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And before, for international clients especially, it's very essential to know their background, their culturally for them what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. In some countries, especially in business meets, they expect you to take a gift. Business gifting. In some cultures, business gifting is not allowed. Yes? Please do your research and go. And even gift wrapping color also is important. In some countries, in Japan or North Korea, they don't like the color green or red, some color, okay? So even when you're wrapping the gift, that color should be avoided. See, Google is the bark of all things. So you have all that information there. But before you go for any meeting, before you go for any such things, prepare and go. No? What is there? When you prepare and go, you're going to give a lasting impression. Yes, they're going to remember you. They're going to come back for you. That's why do that preparation and go. How many of you watched the movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara? Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara? I think it's 5 years old movie or something. Okay, in that what happens I tell you. Okay. So there are these 3 friends who take a road trip. 3 friends who take a road trip. So in that Hrithik Roshan is there. I'm telling movie example so that I can relate with you easily. But anyways, so what happens is they're going on the car. Suddenly he gets a business call. So what Hrithik Roshan does is he immediately gets out of the car. Okay, and his 2 other friends are just loitering around there. So what he does? He immediately puts on his jacket, his tie in the car. Yes, he comes out of the car bonnet is there, no? There he keeps his laptop. The client comes out, who or the other person he's speaking to, they come online and he does a video call. If possible, you go home and watch this on YouTube. This clip only is there. So you see his body language there. Okay, he's speaking to a Japanese client, I think. So he bows because their handshake is not acceptable. They bow, so he does that and speaks to them. He disconnects and then he removes everything, keeps it back and goes. So wherever that he was, still what the other person respects, or in that business that they're doing, how serious that he was and what they accept he had to follow, right? So even there, he could have just merely told, no, I'm away, I won't talk to you right now, or probably would have just spoken to them in that same attire that he was wearing. No. He changed, he spoke, he finished the conversation, he ended it, and again he went back to doing what he was doing. Those little efforts that you take make a lot of difference. Yes, it gives an impression. That impression is important to you. So keep that in your head. When and where of the presentation, arrive early, check out room, test equipment, adapt layout and attendance. See, anywhere that you go, time punctuality, I don't know how to describe it in Bangalore traffic, but anyways, so you know that it's a traffic prone city, why don't you reach on time, you know, yeah, and that also creates an impression. There is this professor, okay, this professor when I was doing my college graduation, this person used to, if class starts at 10, okay, 10 o'clock sharp we used to see him in class. Then again the class has to end at 11:59, he'll ask you to close your books and keep it in set, 12, he'll get out. He won't wait 1 minute, neither will he come 1 minute late. So we people also are very, we want to know everything, very anxious. So we thought maybe okay, he comes early, 15 minutes early, he'll wait outside somewhere where we can't see him, at exactly 10 he will enter. So we were like, okay, let's try this out, we'll see where does he hide. So we went to all the places to see where he was hiding, okay. Then we got to know that his bike comes exactly to that particular building at 9:48. He'll park the bike. For him to park the bike and to keep everything helmet, it will take 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Then again, the class is in the topmost floor. He has to climb and come. For climbing the stairs, he requires 4-5 minutes. And for him to come inside and keep everything properly, dress neatly and come, like whatever that is done, it will take about a minute. So exactly that minutes also he used to calculate and park his bike at that time. We were shocked. Imagine his commitment. Even till date I respect that professor and at the same time I remember him for his time management. See, such, have you come across such people or some person who has left a lasting impression on you? Yes or no? Some person who has inspired you or probably who you like so much because of something special in that person. Don't you want to be that special person?
Yes.
Yeah? Then we should also do that, no? Yes? Not only be it time for anything that we're doing, perfection. Yes? Excellence. That should be our aim. Anything that you do. Yes? Once you start doing that, it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, you're that all-rounder already. Yes or no? Right? So time management is quite important. Then once you come see the setup, how you're going to, what order you're going to use, be prepared rather than coming last minute. Then you see laptop is not there. Then again you have to set it up. All this. So come 10 minutes early, set up everything. Asking questions. What questions do you have? Any questions? Most interactive. Be prepared. Be open-minded. Respond simply and directly. Don't lose your cool. See, there will be audience who agree to whatever that you are telling. There will also be audience who don't agree and who try to raise your temperament. Both are there. Okay. And another thing we should keep in mind is that those of them who are trying to raise our temperament, who are trying to annoy us, you try to answer whatever that they're asking responsibly. If you cannot leave it, don't judge them because they were doing that and don't corner them off. Because such people come all throughout your life. Be it a presentation, be it your co-employee who's sitting right next to you, or be it your boss, be it your partner, be it anyone. Yes? Don't judge and tell, okay, this person is trying to, don't keep that, grudge on them, or don't keep that kind of negative vibe on them. Because who knows, next you might have to be working with that same person. There's this short story which comes as a message. I don't know if probably you would have come across. I hope I'm not kidding. I'm on time. So, this message you would have read on WhatsApp or probably on social media everywhere. So, you're sitting in a park, okay? So, there's a dog that's come, you're just passing by, right? You get up from that chair and you start walking by. You see a dog is chasing you, okay? You see a dog is chasing you. What's your immediate reaction? Run. Then? Fight or flight. Run or turn back and throw a stone at it, okay? That's your first reaction to that, yes or no? And you feel, you get angry on that dog also, right? Later you come to know that the dog was actually not chasing you, but a car had ran over its feet and it was trying to run and get away in that fear. What's your immediate reaction? Empathy, sympathy. Yes or no? Correct. You are sure, why did it happen to that dog? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. So when you understand that dog situation, you are able to show sympathy and empathy. Same thing might have happened with that temperamental audience, no? Maybe they are in some other situation that you don't know. Maybe that same employee who's next to you might have had some problem with their spouse at home. Maybe someone in their family had passed away. So, kindly don't judge any person. For that situation, if possible, if you can help them out, help them. If you cannot leave it there and move forward, you are more mature. Yes or no? Right?
Yeah.
Same thing when it comes to situations where you have to interact, and when such people come around, it's okay. If possible, help yourself, help them. Otherwise, leave it as it is. Okay? Any questions that you have regarding presentation? Anything that you want to get clarified, please ask. Yes, sir.
You see the face of the audience.
Yes, sir.
One person will be giving one reaction.
Yes, sir.
The diverse are actually.
Yes, sir. Precisely, you're right, sir. See, some of you were smiling because, okay, initially, though, nobody was smiling. Okay, I'm like, what is happening? Where have I come? And now that all of you are comfortable, it's great. It depends on your indulgence with the audience. At the same time, if they are interactive, and if they are listening, their expression changes. Otherwise, also, like I told you, it's that set of temperamental ones, you cannot control them. Don't see that side, or just have a light sway and leave it as it is. You don't get bothered by that. Like when we were discussing, right? In a presentation, how are we controlling ourselves? That point becomes very valid then. Don't get disturbed by this. Ultimately, what is my goal? To drive home some point for you guys. That's all. Yes? Focus on that. Yes, ma'am.
Imagine that we are talking about a home
Yes,
with
ma'am.
our client.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That person, we have gone to their level to make them understand what we are trying to say, what we are trying to communicate,
right.
what information do we need to do their work. But the client is not ready to accept that he's understanding.
Very valid question, ma'am. And
Because
very much it happens. So, very rightly said. See ma'am, what happens is, some people are not ready to accept that they are not able to understand it, okay? That time what you do is, ask some few questions to them. Sir, is this done, sir? Has this been completed? Sir, do you know about this? Ask some questions where they will find themselves to be clueless. That time they will start asking you, ma'am, is it so? Did this happen, ma'am? Ma'am, what should I do, ma'am? Should I do this filing, ma'am? That time collect information.
That I have done.
Did it work, ma'am?
No.
Still didn't work, ma'am? Okay, then?
That happens last week only.
Okay, it just happened last week. Okay, so even in respect of whatever situation that you told, you ask them questions, still they are not able to give out information. Genuinely ask them, tell them, dear sir or ma'am, see, this is what I need, this is the information I need, and I have to do this because my work, my service, to complete that I require this information. What you are trying to tell or what you are trying to give is not apt to my situation. Kindly please understand and tell them what you require, or send them an email, or that whatever list that you want, send them a hard copy of it, okay? But the way you address to them, the way you speak to them should be polite and assertive. If even in that 1% chance, if they get to know that, okay, this person is feeling that I am not understanding, or if somewhere hurts that ego, we have lost them. We have lost them. So, or if you have someone else from that same organization who you can talk to, shift over to that. If that client is not able to give you that information, probably in their organization, accountant or probably their partner, someone is there. No, talk to them, try as much as possible. I wouldn't say give up. Try till it's possible. If not, then shift over.
Thank you.
Anything else? That's all. I hope I didn't bore you for this 2 hours.
Your trademark yes or no is registered.
Repetition. So, it's any other questions, please? No? See, what last thing I would like to tell is however you are, whatever that, whatever background that you're from, whatever educational background that you're from, whatever language that is known to you, whatever you're fluent in, whatever you're not fluent in, does not matter. Okay? Somewhere, it is just 7% of what matters. It is just 7% of what matters. Remaining entire thing, it's in your control. You'll be able to deliver. Okay? But be confident. Indulge yourself in whatever that you're doing. Show your passion. Love what you're doing. Yes? Automatically you'll see results will start flowing. Communication, presentation, whatever, interview, anything is not a limit to you at all. If you put your mind to it. Yes? Don't worry about such differences. And another thing is, if English is not your first language or English is not the language that you're preferring to communicate, try as much as possible to tell in that. Otherwise, shift over to local language, it's okay. Ultimately, what's our goal? To convey the message. Yes? Try as much as possible in the language which is acceptable by all. Otherwise, shift over and make sure that you convey that message. Okay? Be confident. Don't worry. Nobody is there to judge you. In fact, if they judge themselves, they know what are their flaws. Not everyone is perfect. Yes? Keep that in mind. And don't try to impress anyone. It's not possible. You try doing what is right, what is ethical. Yes? If you're doing the right thing, right people will automatically follow you. Keep that in your mind. Be it in professional, be it anywhere in that aspect of life. Yes? And you'll reach great heights. I wish each one of you all the best. It's been so nice to see all my fraternity members here. So I'm wishing you all the best and have a nice evening. Thank you so much for a wonderful session. I'll leave my contact details here. Should you require to remain in touch, please be in touch. Thank you so much.